I've been to events where I think it was a chair of the Girl Scouts was at this event, and she asked everybody in the audience, how many of you have been in the Girl Scouts? And so it was amazing to see how many women stood up.
I loved wearing that uniform because it always made me feel like I belonged.
There was a feeling of comfort and belonging and being in this room full of people, and everything was okay. Nobody was concerned about, you didn't have to try and be something you weren't or fit into a box. You were just a person that was part of the group.
I think that the Girl Scouts has always and will continue to play a pivotal role in the community as far as uplifting young women to be positive role models and influences and people and citizens in their community.
The Daisy Project is a nonprofit organization that I co-founded with my mom, and the goal is to raise awareness around and prevention of issues with sexual assault, drug and alcohol abuse, things like that. And what really motivated my mom and I to move forward with that were, not only the skills that I learned from Girl Scouting, but also the phrase, leave the place cleaner than you found it. Something awful happened to me, but that wasn't the focus. It was, what can I do with it to make the world a better place?
I believe that Girl Scouts today, as they were when I was growing up, are a wonderful medium for producing leaders because they allow girls in a protected environment, but a challenging environment, to thrive, to challenge themselves, and to learn their own potential before they go out into the world.
In my career in particular, it was a very male-dominated industry. And so that time as a Girl Scout gave me confidence in and amongst women.
One of my camp experiences was going to a camp in Southern Maryland, which at the time we didn't realize my sisters and I would be the only black girls at the camp. And there was in my cabin one white girl who did not want to be in the cabin with me. The counselors would have none of it. The counselors kept us in the cabin, and because of that, what was initially a very unsettling experience became a positive experience because the counselors held true to the values of Scouting.
I respect very much the fact that Girl Scouts has a Council on Diversity and truly is addressing the fact that we are no longer a melting pot. We are like a mixed salad with all of the ingredients maintaining their own identity. I think it's important for Girl Scouting to say to every girl, not only do we want to teach you what we believe are some of the important values in the world, but we also want to help you find your value. Once we value ourselves, we can value others.
I've always had like this sense of curiosity, but through the Girl Scout experience, it gave me an organized framework within which to connect with people within the context of a safe place.
I guess most interesting was with the first Girl Scout Roundup when we went out to Michigan. That was a wonderful experience because we had girls from all over. And this was an area that had been cleared for us. And it was the season when the rattlers were having their young, and you can imagine 16-year-old girls with rattlesnakes appearing all the time. It was a lot of fun. When you learn to do primitive camping, you learn to get along with people in the very adverse conditions.
It was March 2005. We'd been on a patrol in the Hindu Kush. We saw more of these little kids hauling brush back to their villages for their mother's cooking fires. And suddenly I realized that it's very sunny even on a cold day in Afghanistan. And this was their source of energy, the sun. And I remembered that I'd made this little cooker as a Girl Scout. I got back to camp that night, went on the internet and Googled solar cooking, and then up came the website of Solar Cookers International, which I'd never heard of. So we now serve on the board of directors, and I've just published a novel that mentions the Girl Scouts and includes solar cooking.
Well, what's really funny in Girl Scouts, we learned how to make s'mores, the little bars, right?
And as a grown-up, I developed a dish called a s'more pie. And we called it campfire pie and s'more pie. And we sell probably 5 or 6 of them a day with 8 orders per. And people are addicted to this campfire pie, and it's all from my making s'mores in the campfire.
It has such an extended presence throughout my entire life, and it still does. I'm a lifetime member.
This is my sash, the sash I'm so proud of. I mean, there's everything from camping to cooking, to music and archery, to skating.
It includes everyone, no matter what, and it allows them to say, I never realized how fortunate I am or how I can help in my community. It really gives you that really warm feeling of, I helped someone today.